Hi everybody, welcome back to my farmhouse sewing room. Today, by popular demand, I am going to show you how I make this little coffee cup change purse. These are really fun to make. They're fully lined. They're great for putting your spare change in for your purse or gift cards. These make a great gift and these would be awesome for Christmas. Even done with some Christmas fabric and put a gift card inside would be amazing. So anyway, I've got a bunch of pieces started here and I'll show you how I did this. So my template, I made this myself. It is just a piece of cardboard. You can do this with paper. It is 5.5 inches wide by 5 inches high. And basically you can fold it in half, round the corners, and I cut out these little darts or little tiny triangles because you will sew them to make like the bottom, and I've got one sewed here like this, so it kind of gives it a base. But you pinch the darts closed and you'll sew them starting from the top and do a little back stitch and sew it toward the bottom, just a couple little stitches, and it makes the bottom, you know, it gives it a more rounded look. So it kind of tucked, sorry, I'm not getting this into my camera. So you have like this little base bottom and it just kind of gives it, you know, stability. Instead of it being flat, it looks more realistic. These would be great too if, I've seen these on Pinterest and people take little strings and make a little tag and make them like a teacup. So it's up to you. These are great too that you can jazz these up. If you have a Cricut, you could put coffee money on here or somebody's name, or you can do some things like I've done, which I thought maybe I'd jazz mine up since I had some rickrack and different things, and I stitched these little designs down on the front. I also have one here that I haven't cut out yet, but I had these little balls and I thought they might be fun to put on one. I have an order that I have to make a few of these for a friend, so I'm just trying to be creative with what I have. So it's up to you and how you want to do things, but anyway. Like I said, the template is 5 inches high and 5.5 inches wide. For the handle, I do a 2-inch by 5-inch strip, fold it in half, sew it, and then turn it inside out like a little tube. And of course, I've already done mine. This, you don't want to watch me do this. It's just not pretty, but I've done mine and I've stay stitched it to the front side of my little coffee cup. And you're going to need 2 pieces for the outside, and then I've got 2 pieces for the inside. And I also did my zipper, and I made the little zipper tabs with the matching fabric on the top of my coffee cup, and I've already got it prepped with my double stick zipper tape. This is amazing for when you want to put on zippers and there's no pinning. It's double-sided tape. You put it on the top and your bottom. You can order it from Amazon. It makes putting in zippers a snap. So, I can show you how I did the template. I've got several pieces here. I took my template and I just took 2 pieces, which I can show you. My fabrics. I have 2 different fabrics. I break this in half so I can make it colorful. So the top strip is, the main body of my coffee cup is 3.5 inches tall by 5.5 inches wide. And then the accent, which is the top, is 2.5 inches tall by 5.5. And these are just rough estimates. These are your creativity, you know. There's no special way to do these. This is just a really easy pattern that you can make for yourself. And if you want to do something different than just my little teacup, coffee cup, whatever, you can make these tall. I mean, it's up to you. You got to get creative, you know. I'm just very visual and like a pattern maker, so this is what I've come up with, and they're just really fun. The zippers that I use for these are just little zippers. I get these from Amazon. They're 4-inch zippers. These are not real, they don't give you a lot of room to put your hand in there, but it gives you enough space to put a gift card in there or, you know, put your change in there. So you don't really get a whole lot of room, but it just kind of conceals change. They're just fun to carry, and like I said, they make a great gift for gift cards. But anyway, so I've did all my little stitching in the bottom. I sewed all my little darts together. So when you cut out those little triangles, you sew them together to make like these little darts. So if anybody knows patterns out there, I think you know what I'm talking about, but it's real simple. I'll put my camera down here and I will get my zipper attached and I will show you how I do this. So I've got a mess. I'm gonna lower this down and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I've got my handle part, I've got it stay stitched onto the front, and I've got, this is for one side and this is for another. So I got my zipper prepared, and I want my zipper to go this way because I want it to open from the left. So I'm going to take this zipper tape off. And don't mind me how I do things. I'm going to try to get my placement pretty much in the middle of my bag. I just kind of guesstimate. Like I said, these are nothing fancy. They're just really fun, and that's what sewing is all about, is creativity, using what you have and just having fun. And this is my passion, and I just like to be creative. So when I first started making these, I made them flat, and my handles weren't great, and I hated it. And I discovered, making the tube, I have this cotton stuff, and you can buy this at Walmart or craft stores. It's just cotton, and it's kind of wrapped in like this threading or whatever. So when you cut it off at the ends, when I go to put it in my tube, I take some tape and I wrap it around the end really nice and tight. So, and then I put a safety pin in it, and then I can work it through my tube for my handle. But this stuff is great, and it makes a nice round handle. So it's really nice, and it's easy to find. So I'm getting this tape down, and I am going to sew this part to my zipper. And one thing about doing these is you want to make sure your zipper is open, because when you get ready to sew the other side and you sew all the pieces together, if that zipper's closed, you're not going to get this bag turned right side out. So I'm going to take you over to my sewing machine, so bear with me. I am going to move this camera around to my machine, and hopefully you can see me sew, and I'll try to make this interesting. I'm trying to do a quick version of this so I don't take too much time in showing you how I do these. But anyway, I'm an opposite side sewer because I am single-handed, so don't mind me, I'm not traditional, but this is just how I do things. So I'm gonna start my stitching. Now my zipper is in the way and I have to move it, so I'm going to have to slide it forward. I don't use a zipper foot either. You can very well use a zipper foot. I'm just not very traditional. I do things my own way, and whatever works for me is what works. So I'm just showing you how I do it. But everybody has their own way of doing things, so I say have at her. Now, hopefully, I got that out of the way. I caught on here. Zipper. These little zippers, I've used bigger zippers and I've cut them down, so you don't have to use these little zippers. It just depends on what you have, so you can use what you want. If you use a longer zipper, you will have to cut it off, and you'll want to put a little zipper tab on it. My cat's in here, and he's having a ball. So anyway, I've got this sewed to one side, and I will finger press this down, and then I'm going to top stitch it on this side as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I just want to make sure everything is even. Get that down. So here we go. Looks pretty good. So I got a nice top stitch down. Anybody wondering, this is my Singer Quantum Stylus 9960. This is a new machine. I've only had it since March, April. I'm not real crazy about it. After working out a few bugs, it had a breakdown the first week on me, and I was pretty much a crybaby. Anyway, I don't know if I'd recommend them, but it's a pretty good machine. So back over here, and I'm going to put you down, and we're going to put the other half of my bag on, and hopefully you can see I've got this camera holder, and I'm hoping it's going to work good for me. So let me move this back and see if we can get this so you can see what I'm doing. Get my tape pieces, trash those. Okay, so now I want to do my other side, and I'm going to take this piece of tape off. Like I said, I'm trying not to make this a long video. I really wanted to make it simple and quick. So, front sides to front, pretty to pretty. And you'll want to line up the edges and get it to the top of that zipper. And then I'm just going to press down onto my double-sided tape. And my zipper is open, okay. And then the other side is the liner side. Take my double-sided tape paper off. Get it started. There. Liner to liner, pretty to pretty. And I got my little darts all sewed. I do those first after I cut out my pieces so they're all ready to go, and then I do my handle, and then of course I have my zipper all ready to go. And these go together pretty quick once you get the gist of how to do it. They're really simple, but they're really fun, and they don't use a whole lot of fabric, and you can mix and match these, as I said, and really put some cool designs on it, or put some Cricut designs, or, you know, embroidery. It's up to you. So I'm going to move you back over to my sewing machine so I can keep you hopefully somewhat entertained. My camera here is hard to adjust. Okay, so I got it. Okay. Gonna do the other side now. And I'm not using a 1/4" seam. I'm using, my needle is all the way to the left. So, move my zipper. I just wanted a little tiny seam to get these on, and then it leaves me enough room to get the top stitch put on, so everything gets sewed together anyway. But everybody has their own way of sewing, I think. I know I definitely have mine. Be careful not to put your fingers in your sewing machine like I did here well, a few months ago or a month ago. I sewed my finger. It was not pretty. I wasn't pretty. I was, oh my God, and probably in shock. Oh goodness. So I have little darts that I haven't sewed on my piece here. I wanted to save that and show you how I did it. So let's do that real quick, or I'm not going to get this bag put together. So I'm going to fold this over so that my edges line up for my little dart that I cut out, and I'm going to start at the top part of the fabric and work my way toward the raw edge. And I'm just kind of angling it on here. See, and I should have done this first before I put my zipper in, because it just makes it awkward for me. But I think I can get it sewed together like it's supposed to. So I back stitched a little bit, and then I just sewed at the edge and cut. And of course I gotta do my other little dart, so I gotta put my edges together to make my little dart. And then just angle it in here. So it's really awkward having all these pieces. Well, I should have had this done first. I'm kind of in a hurry mode. I have to go to work this afternoon, so I was hoping to get this video in before I have to go to work. Okay. So now that bottom is done with my little darts, And let's see, I need to top stitch this side now. So I'm gonna top stitch it down. I'm gonna finger press. So you can kind of see this is all coming together. And I was trying to prepare a lot of this to get it done. So once you get going, they really don't take that long to make, to put together. Okay, so they're top stitched down. Now what I want to do is I'm going to make sure my zipper is open, and then I'm going to pull my fabrics together, the outside liner together and the bottom liner together. And this is kind of going to be sandwiched in half, so I have to get everything to line up. And I'm going to sew this all the way around, but I'm going to leave an opening in the side of my liner. That's where I'm going to pull it through. I don't want it on the bottom because I don't like seeing the seam on the bottom of even like tote bags or little cosmetic bags that I do. I always make my hole on the side. That way, if you want to stitch it up with your machine, you can stitch it closed and you don't even see it. You can hand sew. I hate hand sewing. I'm not good at it. I do it, and I try to be neat about it, but I get very frustrated with hand sewing, so I just try not to do it. So I'm going to start on the liner side and up toward the top, close to the zipper, being sure that my outside fabrics, you want the seams to line up, so the little accent seam and the bottom part of your little purse, you want those seams to line up so it looks nice and neat. I'm going to put this over on a 1/4 inch stitch, making sure it all gets in there, and I'm going to sew it, start sewing around. I didn't pin this. I'm not real big on pinning, although I do have clips, and I use those occasionally. I'm just going around the curve. I'm just taking my time with this. Trying to keep everything together, everything aligned. Yikes. Okay, and we're getting toward the handles. And you shouldn't have any trouble going through those little cotton handles because it's really just cotton wrapped. It's like wrapped cotton. And let's see, I want my zipper to kind of come in. I want my liner fabric to line up. And I'm hoping this comes together like I want it to. Almost there. Getting around the bottom of the liner. And back up the side. And I'm going to, just as soon as I round this bottom corner, I'm going to back stitch. And I'm going to leave a hole in the side. And it's probably a couple of inches, which is really all you need. Probably should have backstitched when I started. I don't remember if I did. I don't think I did, but it's always good to backstitch. I'm going to cut that little thread dangling there. And now it's time to turn this little bag. So if I can get you to see what I'm doing and how I do it. Sorry, my camera is my phone, so I've got this on my lap. I'm gonna start putting my finger in. I'm gonna go through the zipper and I'm gonna push out the outside of the bag through that little hole. And this might take me a few minutes to work this through. Working and working. It's coming. It's always the exciting part. Right now it looks like a wadded up ball, but it looks really cool when you get it out. Get it out, I can show you. Pardon me, I have to use my knees sometimes because my knees are compensation to having an extra hand, so to speak. Push that out a little bit. And when I get this all turned, I can sew that hole shut. So you can see my little handle. And I'll tuck this all in so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll flip it back out and we'll sew that hole shut, and we should have us a pretty cool little piece. And once this is all done, you can kind of lightly press it. But these little tabs are great too because they make it look nice and neat across the top when you have these little tabs, and they match the top accent piece. But as you can see, it's already got some shape. Just kind of have to push it out a little bit. My little handle looks great. It needs a little pressing, but you can kind of see it looks really cute. And the handle is perfectly put in place, and it's got depth. The cute little polka dot liner. This would make a great gift. So I'm gonna pull my liner back out, and I'm going to sew up the hole, and I will press it and give you the finished result of how easy these little things are. They just take a little imagination and a little creativity. And I'm gonna apologize ahead of time for my filming because I am using my phone. And I've got this stand-up thing for it that holds it so I can kind of, you know, give you a visual of what I'm doing. So I've got everything tucked in on my little seam, and I'm just going to close it shut, and then I will take you to the ironing board and we'll wrap this up. I'm going to get it just right. Well, I thought I had it, but just give me a second. I'm somewhat of a perfectionist in a way. I mean, I do want everything to be nice and neat. So what I want to do is really sew very close to the edge of that seam. You're not going to see it anyway because it's going to be in the bag and it'll be on the side. But it just gives it a lot neater appearance when you look inside the bag. I don't want to see the seam. Why it's not cooperating with me. It's pinched here at the top, and I just really want it to lay better. Remember to back stitch. I don't want it to come undone. Get it to lay together nice and neat. I think I got it. Make sure she's all the way closed. Back stitch. Okay. Cut. What's up, Mel? I know. It sounds like I'm in here talking to myself, don't it? So I just need to cut off my little thread ends that I don't want hanging out in my bag. So let's just get them cut off. I have a thread catcher. Those things are hanging all over in here. I need a couple more of them. I bought another sewing machine a few days ago. I have girls that like to come here. We like to have girl sewing parties, so now my friends don't have to bring their machines. I have 2 extra ones, and well, at least 3 of us can come in here and have a party. I mean, I have a lot more, but it's just fun. I like to sew for fun, and I like to have people come over and sew with me. It's fun and it's relaxing, and it's great when you get a bunch of people together and we have different ideas and you can really make stuff happen. So there's our little bag. I am going to take you over to my ironing board. So excuse me again for my poor camera. My camera is not that great, so I'm trying to position you around so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So my iron should be kind of hot. I'm just wanting to give this a light press, nothing too major, just so it doesn't look wrinkly. And my iron has been sitting for a few minutes, so it's not real hot, but when you're doing all that flipping and turning, it just gets a little wrinkly, as you can see when it was all wadded up in a ball. But mainly I just want that top to look nice. Ooh, I got a loose thread there I gotta cut off. And I want my little applique flowers to lay nice. That's a really nice accent. I gotten a bunch of stuff out of a sale that I went to, and there was a bunch of rickrack and all this stuff, and I pulled it out of the bin that I had it in, and decided to make something really fun. So I thought it made a really nice accent for these little teacup, coffee cup purses, which are really fun. So if you check out my Broken Wing bag and baggage page, I will have the finished other ones that I have cut out done. I will put them on Broken Wing Bag and Baggage on Facebook, or I am on Instagram. I'm not real huge on Instagram. I don't get on it a lot, but I do want to start using it more. So if you can find me under Broken Wing Sewing Creator, if you make these, let me know how you do. I would love to see, I love creativity and I love seeing other people's work, and I'm hoping that I've inspired you. Anyway, I gotta end this, so have a great day, and I gotta get off to work, okay? Chat at you later. Bye.